Yeah, I think it's a great line of questioning. And back to something Danielle had said before is asking them their history over the past year, or even before the pandemic. Were you doing any kind of webinar series? Were you doing a podcast? What kind of digital content creation were you engaged with? And then moving it forward. So pandemic struck, how have you been delivering value to your members? And understanding kind of their history. Did they decide just to outright cancel? Are they only getting now 2021 getting ramped up with their first digital conference? And understanding a little bit about where they're coming from, so you know how to guide them to where they should be going. Again, back to Janelle's point, I think hybrid might work depending on what their goals and objectives are. So as an event planner, going back to basics, in person or virtual or hybrid or whatever you want to call it, there's a few questions that before you take stakeholder or company money or organizational money and invest in this event. Why are you doing the event? Is there a purpose? Is there a point? So asking about those goals and objectives. How are you going to measure success? And what level of engagement do you want? So, can you do a 1 hour webinar where it's a talking head, or can you sit in a breakout room and have a talking head and no engagement, everyone gets up and leaves? Because there's a tool for that. It's not Feedloop, but there's a tool that can do that. But then if you want a highly engaging experience and you want to do a little in person, larger audience, remote, maybe hybrid works for you. So I think it's really understanding where are you coming from, where are you trying to go, and then, looking at how are you measuring success? What will your board say was a good use of money, and the sentiment that you're leaving your stakeholders with at the end of whether it was hybrid, whether it was in person only, or whether it was online. So I think those are a few questions that I would ask.